Welcome to a live episode of Surviving the Survivor. We bring you the best guests in all of true crime. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Here's your host, Emmy Award-winning broadcaster, Joel Waldman.
What's up, STS Nation, and welcome to this special edition of STS Best Trials live coverage, the podcast that promises to bring you the very best guests in all of true crime. And as you might notice on this Monday, the great Tim Jansen is not yet here. He has got a day job as a full-time criminal defense attorney. He's wrapping up a couple of calls, but excellent to see everybody. And in about 13 short minutes, we are anticipating seeing Donna Adelson once again in a Tallahassee courtroom. Look at this. I love these times of day because you get South Africa in the house. This is a new name I haven't seen. Sindiswa Moolman, welcome. Happy to have you. And Space Coast and I are rolling solo today. Of course, the mods are here, but the COE on her way back from Disney World. If I look tired, it's because I am. I had two of my three for the weekend. I know you guys get upset when I say I had to babysit. I'm just kidding. I was parenting. Went to the zoo with Carm. Went to Carm's condo on Sunday. Had lunch with her. And then we, the three of us, me, my daughter, my son, we all watched the Super Bowl. And what a game it was. Space Coast, by the way, is a diehard 49ers fan. Seems to be taking it pretty well. It was a hard-fought game. And the Niners have a young, strong quarterback. They will be back. I don't know what's ever going to happen to my Giants in New Jersey, but I don't know. I'm sure Debbie Hartman in South Africa probably couldn't care less. They're into rugby down there, I think, and soccer. But Tim Jansen should be coming on. And again, Donna's next court hearing is scheduled for 11 minutes from now, and we are monitoring several different pool cameras on this. KCL noting that I did survive being a single dad for the weekend, although I need a week off now. And just a quick reminder, Donna Adelson was last in court on January 22nd. I think that date is correct. And during that hearing, you saw that she had to raise her right hand. Look at this. Look at Space Coast. 20 more subs to 100,000. That's crazy. We basically did that organically since last November when we were at close to nothing. But we started True Crime a little over a year ago. And thanks to all of you, we have blown up. So we will hit that 100,000 mark soon enough, I hope. But Donna was back. Look at all the South Africans here. I love this. Donna was back in court back on January 22nd. And Judge Stephen Everett, who's been presiding over this, had her raise her right hand and swear or affirm to all these possible conflicts. And that is because her attorney, Dan Rashbaum, who I interviewed on this very show, was previously, once a time ago, Donna Adelson's attorney and Harvey Adelson's attorney. And then switched and flip-flopped, and he became Charlie Adelson's attorney during that whole trial. Greetings from the Netherlands. This is awesome. Of course, Dan Markel's hometown, justice for Dan Markel, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And then look at this. Melbourne, Australia is in the house. Gabrielle says, love this time, Joel. We are going to mix up the times a little bit moving forward. What could go wrong at the zoo? By the way, at the zoo, for all you Quebecois, who do I bump into at the zoo? Of all people in the entire world, only the greatest UFC champion of all time, Georges St. Pierre, welterweight UFC champion, and took my little son right up to him, and I said, you're a former champ, here's a future champ. They took a picture together, and my son raised his arms up, and I posted that on Instagram at Surviving the Survivor. Jamie Justice, you're not the only one. Space Coast is ailing from that as well. Pamela Taylor, I just finished The Tourist, which takes place in the Outback in Australia, coming to us from Ocean Grove, Australia. We really do have the world here today. This is crazy. So let me see if Tim has informed me. Not yet. Hopefully Tim shows up. He knows when it's starting, and I just talked to him. So he'll be here. But Donna was back in court on January 22nd. And again, she had to raise that right arm and swear and or affirm to all these potential conflicts. Because again, Dan Rashbaum was originally Donna Adelson and Harvey Adelson's attorney, but then signed waivers to become Charlie's attorney. But now Donna wants him representing him. So she had to sign more waivers, and Rashbaum is back to defending Donna Adelson full-time, along with a Tallahassee attorney named Alex Morris. So it is tough. It's a tough map, a legal map to keep up with. It's a tangled web, but it appears that by all accounts, Donna Adelson is okay with this. Now, the other curveball in this is during my interview, look at this, Slovenia is in the house. That's more my mom's neck of the woods, Cyrillic language, I believe, which is what Carm knows. She knows the Cyrillic alphabet. And this is true. I love how Carm says your name, Joel. Like people say my name, Jill, makes me smile. Yes. Carm has always said I don't even hear it, but she does say my name in a funny manner. But in speaking to Dan Rashbaum, of course, on that so-called hot mic call, there is a moment where Donna basically unintentionally throws Dan Rashbaum under the bus, saying that Dan told me to do this and told me to do that regarding getting out of Dodge. And here is Tim Jansen. I can see him in the background. And so there is a very small possibility that Dan Rashbaum could get called as a witness in his own defense trial. So because of that very possibility, she also had to swear or affirm that she would be okay with that. And so that's where we're at. And the next hearing, which is, again, supposed to happen in about 6 minutes' time, could reveal a lot, including a possible court date. Let's see if Tim can hear us. Timbo, you there?
I can hear you.
Beautiful. Look at that sweet office you're in right there with the bluish walls, and that he's in the war room right now. Tim Jansen, what are you anticipating? Do you think we're going to get a court date today, a trial date? I'm sorry.
I think we will get a trial date today.
You do?
I think they mentioned it. I think they're now going to be better in position. They know when they want to go to trial. So I think we'll get a trial date today.
And if you had to guess, when would that trial date be?
I'm saying May or June.
Really? There we go. May or June. We're like 100 away from 100,000 subs right now, I'm being told.
Wow,
so
that's awesome.
We're getting there. Look at this. Suzanne Wally. Sweden is in the house too, from above the Arctic Pole. That's crazy. Tim Jansen, we have people literally there are a lot of South Africans in here, people from all over the world. The COE on her way back from Disney World. We're a little off balance without her, off kilter without her. Look at this. Hi, Tim. Love me some Tim. Tim Jansen's in the house. Also, a quick note. Hey, Space Coast, put that back up, what you just had there. I forgot. I didn't see what you had there. 15 more to 100,000. That's crazy. That's insane. It could happen.
Hey, Joe, I got one of your subscribers invited. Said if I come to South Africa, she'd be our tour guide.
Let's go. I'm ready.
I know. I want to go. I definitely want to go to South Africa.
Mish Cavernos will show us around. I know that. And she's in South Africa. By the way,
she's the one. Yeah, that's who she's going to be our tour guide.
Yeah, Mish is awesome. She was posting pictures of her at the pool this weekend, and like the scenery is insane. They don't have that kind of topography in the US of A. It was absolutely beautiful.
It's summer now.
Yeah. Yala wants to know, Tim Jansen. Steve Webster was saying he doesn't think this trial, it might not start till 2025. Do you think that's possible? You're thinking much sooner.
Unless Donna's had a change of heart and doesn't want to have a speedy trial. Because remember, I think they want to have it as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. We should know more today. But I wouldn't think with Rashbaum being on the case, they probably don't need a lot of time. unless there's a bunch of new evidence that they didn't have before. I can't imagine it going 2025. I don't think so.
By the way, this is the only channel where you're going to get someone of Tim's caliber giving you live commentary during the actual hearing. Timbo, you got a haircut. You're looking.
I did today.
Looks good, man. Looking.
You did
sharp.
such a bad job. I had to go home and wash it.
It looks good. It looks good. By the way, before I forget, Tim is coming back at 5 p.m. today, along with Monica Jordan, private investigator extraordinaire, and Dave Ehrenberg is going to join for about 20 minutes as well, the Florida State Attorney, and we're going to recap everything that we find out about today during this hearing. Gibson Leather here saying, hope they set a trial date unless Donna waives a speedy trial. I think the judge will set a date for jury selection and not entertain the games. Yes. Judge Stephen Everett doesn't seem to mess around. Tim, if you're the defense, what's your biggest concern at this juncture right now? Scotland is in the house.
My biggest concern one would be those telephone calls while she's talking in code. Secondly, my trip to the airport, explaining that, and just the general non-conspiracy bullshit they're going to bring forward. It sounds like they're kind of like Velcro. They're just stuck at the hip with this whole extortion. And I don't know how he believes the same thing that wasn't sold last time is going to be sold this time to a less likely person, right? If you could find someone less likable than Charlie, it's probably Donna.
That's an excellent point. Miss Brazy here, always generous, gifting 5 Surviving the Survivor memberships. Look at Dom's mom pleading. Come on, people, subscribe as we're like 10 away from 100,000. Julia Nielsen here. That is the classiest office for class act Tim.
Thank you, Julia.
And Wildfire with the 100,000 exclamation mark. Obviously, thanks to all of you. Austria's in the house as well. I love these times. Sweden, Austria, South Africa. It is insane. Look at this. Greetings from Kenya. Wow. Everyone around the world coming to see Donna Adelson's. Did we hit it? I'm not T-Pain. 15K. I think she says 15 to 100K. It's a big landmark. I'll be happier when we get to 50 million, but I'll start with 100,000, and we'll get there.
10 million would be good.
My kid was watching Mr. Beast. My 4-year-old knows Mr. Beast. I think he has 250 million subscribers. Space Coast said 9. I don't know if this is kind of. Look at this. Namibia, Kenya, Namibia. What is going on here? Everyone is here. I gotta write this stuff down.
106. You're over 100,000.
Thank you, STS Nation. I wish I had. You know what? I'm not T-Pain. Sent me a bell, and I don't have it here. I just got the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Hit 100,000. Wow, what a landmark! What a milestone! And we just hit it live on the air. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it without you, which is awesome.
Glad I could share it with you.
Yeah, thanks, Timbo. Space Coast, it is 2:30, so let's monitor the pool. It always makes me nervous. These pool cameras are never the most reliable thing, but we are at 100,000. Tim, someone was saying, oh, I knew what I was going to do. I was going to write down some of these countries so I don't forget them on the rebound. But Tim, what about this idea of being called as a witness? Is that like a real possibility here, or you think we're?
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know if either party really has dissected that. I don't think Georgia and Sarah has really thought it through. They're probably not even in the middle of their final strategy that might be an issue, and I'm afraid now it might curb the strategy of both defense and the state, that they don't want to have a conflict and delay the trial because they may want to call and it'll end up being he doesn't get called. You never know. It's interesting though. But I would tell you, it's very unusual, Joe, for the defendant in custody to come to case management. I can tell you, I don't think I've ever seen it in 30 years up here, where they used to bring inmates, but now they don't, because at case managements, unless you plead, it's a waste of resources. It's a security danger. They don't normally bring them. I know now they do it by video, but still, I've not seen hardly anybody appearing by video at case management. This is new territory for Donna.
Really? And then, yeah, that's how we saw her last time.
Right.
Look at this. Mr. C says, I'm taking everyone to Joe's Stone Crab. Come on down to Miami. We'll take you to Joe's Stone.
I'm in.
Look at this. This is why we have the best mods. Joel, you hit 100,000 mods. We're all over it. Mods were all over it and twisted my arm. Great show. You deserve my monthly payment. Thank you, Sherry Davis. I appreciate that. We do have the best mods. I always say best guests, better community, and that is why we hit 100,000 as fast as we did, because of all you guys. And I don't say that in a hyperbolic sense. I say that very sincerely. You guys are awesome. I am getting nervous because I don't see the hearing yet. It is a Monday. I'm expecting things to go to crap, but I'm talking to Space Coast, and we'll see what happens here. Here's a question I see from Melly Moops. Do y'all think Rashbaum became Donna's attorney because that way Rashbaum can't be questioned as giving them advice to flee the country? They have attorney-client privilege. What do you think, Tim? I don't think that was quite the order, but what's your take?
I don't think so. I think, like you said, he's got such a relationship with Donna. She trusted him, and I think he likes the limelight. And I think if he truly calls her every day, they built up some kind of relationship, not a normal client-attorney relationship. But I think he's enjoyed it, and maybe he feels like he's the best to help her with another lawyer. So I'm not going to say it's all bad, but it can be very complicated, very least.
Why do I have a feeling we are missing this here? And we're keeping tabs on this. STS Nation, let me know if you see it elsewhere. I'm on the pool camera, which is the main camera that is supposed to be taking this, and I'm not seeing it elsewhere. But let me know if you are. And I appreciate you all being here today. Tim, the other thing, of course, is Charlie is in Wakulla, which is a correctional facility. He's there right now, just about 30 minutes, I think, from Tallahassee, in the new home of his, that state prison. Let me ask you,
I've been there.
How much you've been there? What's Wakulla like?
It's one of the better, but still bad. It's hot. A bunch of inmates, very serious inmates. You got murder defendants. You got life felony inmates there. I'd say it's about 35 to 40-minute drive from here.
Hang on a second.
I wouldn't want to be there. I didn't like being there, and I had a key to go home when I wanted.
Yeah. Hey, Frankie, tell me about it. Frankie, where are you seeing the courtroom up? Frankie, just hit me up in the chat. And since hospice nurse brought this up, by the way, I love hospice nurses because they took care of my dad, and the care that they give the people at the very end is unbelievable. When there's
very good people.
Yeah, when there's nothing left to give, they're still giving. So
they're the last people that see our loved ones before they go. So you got to give them all you can give them.
I mentioned the hospice nurse in my book, actually, because he was giving my dad unbelievable care on the way out. It was unreal. That'll get me really depressed if I think about it. But she says, congrats, Joel and Carm. Can't wait until May to get your book. By the way, we confirmed today we're doing a tour in Tallahassee. We're doing a book tour stop in Tallahassee. So Tim Jansen better be there, and we'll get a huge crowd up in Tallahassee. Sometime in, I don't know. I'll let you know for sure. I don't know for sure yet, but it's
do you know where you're going to do it?
Not yet, but I will let you know. If I knew, I would tell you.
Do it at my office?
Yeah, it's not a bad spot, actually. Your office is not a bad spot. What's the big bookstore in Tallahassee?
They got Books a Million.
Books a Million. Okay.
Yeah.
Space Coast. I'm watching the pool cam. This could be one of those days, and I hope it's not. At least we hit 100,000. But I'm looking for. Has anyone seen this elsewhere? I don't see it anywhere else, and we are on the pool camera. Look at this. Michelle, here's Mish Cavernos wishing us.
There she is. Ask her
There
when
she
we can
is.
come.
Yeah, Mish, when should we book our trip? Tim and I want to come. Erica gifting 5 Surviving the Survivor memberships. Look, at the very least, this will be 100,000 sub party here. But we are going to Toronto for the book tour, possibly Chicago, but definitely Toronto. So look forward to seeing you there. If you haven't ordered, look at this. Jared Ross weighing in from Tallahassee. Better to do it at Midtown Reader. We'll find out.
That's a good place. It's right near Whataburger, so you can get something to eat afterwards.
There we go. We'll go right there. But if you haven't ordered on Amazon right now, you just punch in Surviving the Survivor and you can pre-order the book, which would be great. CJ wants to know, Tim, do you have time to read? What are you reading for fun? She would like to know.
That's so great. You know what I'm reading? Inherit the Wind. That the Scopes monkey trial. I'm reading that again because if you can see behind me right here, I've got a circle. That's Clarence Darrow, who's in my office. I look at it every day as an inspiration. One of his sayings was, by defending the rights of others, I defend my rights. And he was in the Scopes monkey trial, one of the legendary lawyers in the history of the United States.
Timbo, entertain the crowd. I'll be right back.
Okay, I got it. Tim, what are you reading? So I read a lot of different stuff. I like history. I'll tell you what I really enjoyed. I watched the History Channel, and it's like Making of America, and it talks about like serials that were going against each other, businesses, how they started, how they begun, tractors. It was really great. I was watching tractors, how tractors got started. And way back when, this guy invented a tractor and it was coming over a hill and he had this photographer. And the photographer said, "Oh, it looks like a caterpillar." So they named the company Caterpillar, and that's how Caterpillar tractors started. I thought it was ingenious how, I hope it's all true, but it was so great watching how we are where we are, these companies, and how they started and the trials and tribulations they went through. Electricity, the telephone, Alexander Graham Bell, there was an allegation he stole the patent from someone else. I enjoy that. I find it very illuminating, very educational, and it gives you an idea and know where we are, how we got there. So that's what I'm reading when I get a chance to read. I'm reading a lot of police reports on a daily basis. So I don't read a lot, but if I get time, I really enjoy reading history. I do. I'm trying to go through the questions. For some reason at my office, the chats don't, I have to manually move them up. But
hey everybody, I'm hearing the feed is up. Mentor is in the courtroom, so he might have his own camera, but the pool camera right now is not up. Are you all seeing it in Mentor's on his channel? Is that where you're seeing it? Or because the pool camera is the local affiliate there, and we have that up. So we are having some issues here. I'm going to be very transparent on this one and let you know that. So I'm trying to figure it out, but this is going to be a short hearing too. So I do know that Mentor, everyone is saying that it's buffering though. So there's some sort of issue and Space Coast is working. Yeah, everyone's telling me it's frozen.
the weather's not great here. It's raining.
There might be it's crazy because it's beautiful here.
It's Monday, the guy running the feed You know, they say you never want your car built on a Monday. You may not want your courtroom on a Monday.
Hey, Space Coast, go check out Court TV. We could take it from Court TV because I've got a relationship with Mentor Spotty. They're saying with no audio. Could be the weather. Space Coast, check out Court TV too, and Tim and I'll stay on it. There's a chance, guys, that we're not. If we don't have it now, I will get it and I'll bring it to you live at 5 o'clock. That's what we did last time too. We had it last time, but we also played it during the 5 o'clock hearing, and
we can sit there and talk.
I found it on another channel. Yeah, Mentor's got it, but it is buffering big time. Look at this question. She wants to know your next culinary. You know what? We hit 100,000 just now, so it's 100,000 episode watch party. Let's look at it that way. I'll have to switch the thumbnail. People are telling me it's been raining. It's crazy that it's raining there because it is like 85 and not to rub it in, but 85 and absolutely beautiful in Miami.
It stopped raining.
My
next dish is going to be, I haven't made it yet, beef Wellington. And that's the next dish I want to tackle.
That's what it's come to here at Surviving the Survivor. This courtroom, this hearing, it's not on Court TV. Mentor does have sound now. You guys, if you want, I'm not going to be offended. Mentor, it looks like he's there. He's physically in the courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you give us an audio?
I don't know. Can we? Let me see. Let me see something.
I like that Kimmy Wells. She said Germany adores you. Well, Kimmy, my father's side of my family was from Hamburg, Germany, and my mother's side was from Venice, Italy. So I've been to Germany. I love Germany.
What's crazy is I don't think there's audio here. You guys getting audio? This is a Monday. Yeah. Mentor has a feed with no audio. There's something going on, everyone. And this is, but I can tell you,
I'm going to go to the Democrat and see if I can pull it up.
You can give us a play-by-play. Never trust a pool camera. Big Nor'easter, that's true, is heading to
Massachusetts.
Yeah, and Long Island, yeah. Hitting 100,000 subs is all that matters right now. Thank you. Kudos to Mentor because he's at least got it. Well, his video feed is frozen though, so not that many kudos, but he's up there. So Tallahassee Democrat does not have it either. What's going on? This is crazy.
Democrat, Jeff Burley is not. If he's in a courtroom, he's not posting. So
it's not on So WCTV is the pool camera, and that's who we have a relationship with. And they don't have it, which is very odd. They're the ones that are supposed to be playing this for everyone. At the very least, we can all enjoy a screwed up Monday together. God, I hate Mondays. So there's that. But ML, the Tally Democrat didn't have it. Mentor Lawyer was on Zoom. So it doesn't seem like anyone has this right now. Jay had audio. Let's see if let's see what's going on.
If I could sing, I would, but I don't want to chase all your viewers away and get you below 50,000.
So shaming of Jay is on. He's a friend of the show and a friend of mine, but he doesn't have it either. He's just talking. So there's
It stopped raining. It's not raining now.
The hearing is over, guys, from what I understand.
They reset it for 30 days. They set a trial date.
Someone says trial in September, I think. So this was a complete screw up in terms of 9/30/2024 is the trial date.
Good.
So, Jay had audio. Kudos to Shaming of Jay for having audio. And True Lifestyles, always on top of things. Susan Harmon, she's set for, she says the trial date is set for September 30th, 2024. Tim Jansen, does that sound somewhat right to you? September 30th, 2024?
Well, I was thinking about that because, the college kids all leave, and a lot of the people here go to the beach, and they leave until after Labor Day. So if you wanted to get your best jury, you might want to have it in the fall and not in the summer. So I don't know if Rashi was thinking about that. I shouldn't call him Rashi. If Dan was thinking about that, because I don't think he really.
I missed that real quick. Say, if you want to have your best jury, what is it?
You probably want to have everybody from Tallahassee. Well, you may not want to have everybody from Tallahassee because remember, he was saying everybody from Tallahassee is inbred, biased. So he probably doesn't want all the people who are going to be back from vacation in their summer homes. They'll be in the jury pools. So he might have done better with a summer jury, but maybe he wasn't ready.
Sarah Adams wants to know, Joel, are you a swimmer? If so, do you wear nose plugs and goggles? That's funny. I swim. I can swim, but I'd be the first one to drown if I was on a cruise ship and it capsized. Like if I was on the Titanic, immediately dead. My wife, the COE, was like state champion level swimmer, excellent swimmer. Same with Space Coast. They grew up with a pool. I didn't. So, yeah, I would drown very quickly. I was just telling one of my kids' teachers is a big surfer since you live in Miami. And I said I would never go because definitely wouldn't make it back. Not to mention the fact that he says he sees sharks every time he's out there. So this was a bittersweet Monday. We hit 100,000 subscribers. What a milestone that is. But, of course, something happened to the pool camera. The only pool camera. The way this works is one media outlet is supposed to play this for all the media outlets. In this case, it's WCTV in Tallahassee, and they themselves did not have it. So there you go. But it was a very quick hearing, from what I understand. We will try to.
Do we know, Joel, if Donna was there? And apparently,
I think she was via Zoom. Someone said she's wearing a mask. Does anyone know in the chat? Let me know. I'll go to the end. Was Donna physically there or just?
No, they wouldn't have brought her. That's for sure.
She was wearing a mask.
They might have had a COVID outbreak at the jail.
Yeah, well, I had a COVID outbreak in my house, and it's not fun. I'll tell you that. So
someone said the state said they are not offering her a plea deal. Because what happens, Joel, is if you set it for a trial, the judge will say, are there any plea offers out there? And if you're setting it for a trial, you're turning down the plea. I want you to turn it down on a record so that you don't have the ineffective assistance of counsel down the road. But they basically said, we are not offering any plea, which is, we all expected that.
Yeah. And I mean, by the way, Donna's saying how beautiful Tim's office is. Yes, it is. So June 22nd, it looks like there's another conference hearing, and then the trial date set for September 30th. Tim, how subject to change are these trial dates once a guy like Stephen Everett sets a date? Is it pretty much in stone now?
Well, when you get trials like this that are high profile, media, you got to handle the people doing the media. You got witnesses traveling. They're usually set in stone. Now they'll have in June, they'll have another docket sounding before the plea or before the trial, probably sometime in September. And that's when you got no choice. That's the last day. If you get past that, you're on the trial.
Look at this. Winter here, summer there. Well, it's summer in Miami, but it's winter everywhere. There's a big snowstorm coming in New York and Boston tonight. Upwards of 8 inches of snow. You know what I do on those nights? I sit in my air-conditioned room, Tim, and I watch the Weather Channel, and I'm going to do that tonight. New Zealand here. Shout out to New Zealand. Love to Georgia Kappelman. She's getting justice here for the Markel family. All about justice for Dan Markel. Sarah Adams, you're the one asked if I wore goggles and nose plugs. How dare you?
Do you hold your nose when you dive into water too?
No, I don't even dive. I'm terrible. My kids are like little like fish, and I can get by, but I'm definitely panicking and drowning if there's any kind of water disaster. Pussycat Malone, Joel, this was the reason to be here today to help you get to 100,000. I love it. Dom's mom told me to shush. Weather snob. People are mad at me that I'm making fun of no Speedo for me. No Speedo for me.
Speedo.
Although I'm getting into shape for the book tour. That's my resolution. I told this. Look at this. 12 to 18 inches of snow. Lisa, where are you? You didn't tell us where you are.
So you don't wear, Joel, you don't wear the outfit swimming like the guy did and the butler did in Parent Trap? That's not your outfit?
That's not me. Donna's wearing a mask, they're saying, because her Botox wore off. 8 inches of snow coming to Pennsylvania. And look at this. Exciting 100,000. But honestly, I have to say, in a moment of seriousness, we would never be able to do this without the best community, not in just true crime, but on all the YouTubes and social medias. I always say it, best guests, better community. And we are a global community. By the way, some pretty sizable news in the Rachel Morin case today. That is the mother of 5 murdered on the Maryland hiking trail. They just released, finally, after she was killed in August. And just now, they released a sketch of the suspect. I've tweeted it out at Podcast STS. I'll also put it up on my Instagram at Surviving the Survivor. But please share that widely. That could help catch a mother of 5's killer. I'm in close touch with the Morin family, and we will try to get another show on that ASAP to get the word out there. But there is now a sketch of Rachel Morin's killer. Apologies. It appears I'm not pointing the finger of blame. Steve Cohen always says, don't point the finger, point the thumb. But I don't have access to the keys to the pool camera. And WCTV in Tallahassee just didn't have it. And there were problems everywhere. Problems abound. But we will try to get you the full hearing if possible, if anyone has it, for 5 p.m. Tim will be back at 5. And look at this. I'm getting breaking news about Tom Cruise. Oh, Tom Cruise is reporting that he and Russian socialite Elsina Koirova, 36, are now in an official relationship, Tim.
Oh, that made my day.
That's big news right there. It just came across.
5'5", Tom Cruise.
5'5", in a relationship officially with someone from.
How old is she? Like 20?
36. 36.
Oh, that's good. That's better.
Close enough. So listen, Tim will be back at 5. Monica Jordan, who has incredible insight, will be back at 5. The Florida State Attorney, Dave Arenberg. I know who you are, Dave Arenberg. He'll be here at 5 for a short while because he's always got a reception. He's got a Monday reception. But until then, thank you, honestly, genuinely, from my heart, to the best community in all the YouTubes and all the social medias and all the world. We did it. We hit 100,000 subscribers. I'll have to interview Carm about this and get her response. It is official now. We hit 100,000. Thanks to all of you. Love you, America. Love you, Kenya, Namibia, South Africa, Australia, the UK, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Sweden, Denmark. I know I'm missing so many, but those are just some of the ones who are in the chat. And of course, Tallahassee, Florida. Love you all. And we're all about justice for Dan Markel. Tim, I'll see you at 5. I'll see everyone at 5 o'clock.